Are you jealous?
Oh shit, here we go again.
Any nigga in the world, this nigga pay you for sure.
What up, y'all? So
I thought we was waiting.
we gotta keep it moving, bro. What up, y'all? This is I Make Mad Peace, live here from outer space in Unapologetic Studio. We are here with another episode of Type B. You know what I'm saying? We laughing for a variety of reasons. It's good to see y'all, even though I can't see y'all. Sound like something nice to say. Yeah, we got some interesting topics on deck. You know, I'm just stalling. Hey, what y'all want to talk about too, Unique? Unique had to dip for a second. LJ's not with us today. Big salutes, my G.
Shout out LJ.
You know what I'm saying? He out here trying to get this money. Salute. But right now we got the St. Louis brothers who decided to, coordinate and wear yellow. You know what I'm saying? Even though one yellow was greater than the other.
Yeah, you know.
It's unapologetic.
You know what's going down.
I'm not gonna argue this time.
Yeah, you can't, bro. You couldn't if you tried.
Damn. That man said you some stuff.
I mean,
Hold on, real quick. This episode is sponsored by the good folks at
Yes, sir.
at Coffee Black. You know what I'm saying? I'm sipping on that gold brew.
they endorse everything I'm gonna say today.
There we
Nah. Hey.
They stand behind.
We saying that's not true.
They stand behind Kid
We
Maestro,
not
bro.
saying we
Everything
not,
said on this broadcast is sponsored by.
You know what I'm saying? But shout out to my G's Coffee Black. You know what I'm saying? Everybody there, man. That's a company that, like, everybody from top to bottom is good people.
Yeah.
It's just cool people.
Yeah.
And, yeah, you want them in a room with you because it's going to be a good day. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Yeah. All right. Well, damn. What's the topics, fam?
Yeah. Well, first of all, we are the Peanut Gallery.
Anybody in the comments that can tell us what the Peanut Gallery is,
Yeah,
Yeah.
please tell us.
we gonna shout you
What's
out.
going on?
Yeah, what is a
What is the
peanut
peanut
gallery?
Yeah.
But until we find out, we are the peanut.
Can we figure it out?
We gonna hold that down.
Let's get it.
Leader of the peanut gallery, this is C Major
Yeah.
here, and then co-chair,
Kid Maestro.
Kidrick, the maestro.
the VP of the peanut gallery.
Yeah. President of Unapologetic, but of the Peanut Gallery. Vice President.
Nigga demoted.
Still working my way up.
Peanut gallery.
Still grinding, you know what I mean?
Peanut gallery, bro.
Capitalism. How it goes.
Stop blaming shit. Capitalism, bro.
Yeah, but so topics today. We doing part 3000 of DAW Wars. What's the homie's name? Is it Devon or
Help me Devon.
Yeah, man. Him and his guys. They have they had a good battle on Instagram. We saw where one of the guys on there. He's a strictly Ableton user, and
he's been Ableton user.
Well,
he's been
for a couple weeks, right? A month.
For like a month, 30
But
days.
you've been
recording, yeah. Talk about recording in Ableton. I have been recording in Ableton
for like a year now, right?
No, it's been more than a year.
That's crazy.
It's been more than a year. Whenever Ableton 11 dropped, that was around the time I made the switch.
Yeah.
So probably like.
Yeah, but we'll get into this more. But Devon said that he feels that niggas be using other shit because they don't know how to use Pro Tools.
That's fact.
I mean,
And I can't say I disagree with that statement.
That's fact.
Hey man,
But
I know how to use Pro
what's the
Tools.
next
though.
but we just going down to this. We just going down the list of topics right now. So let's move. Let's move. Yeah, we also have Metro versus Soulja Boy, this is a funny one because Soulja made that tweet. I mean, Metro made that tweet like 12 years ago.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it's a very old tweet, and Soulja Boy just woke up and saw that motherfucker. It was like, the fuck? But anyway,
so 24 hours. What is it, 48 hours? 48 hours to delete this tweet.
Then it went left. Soulja Boy went really off the rest with this. But anyway, but this struck a nerve in Mad.
Yeah.
And he says, when did producer versus rapper beef start? And I can't really. That's a good one. We're gonna have to get into that one.
Yeah, man. I feel like the first time I ever heard a rapper diss a producer, it was Master Ace dissing Knots.
Damn.
For real? What? Yeah, Knots was not the one.
That was the first time I ever heard. I mean, aside from like Dr. Dre, right?
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
you had, rappers who was down with Eazy-E dissing Dr. Dre. But Dre is also a rapper.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, I think, man, I can't really think of nothing. Nobody was dissing DJ Premier and, RZA. Like in the 90s, nobody was really dissing producers like that.
When Rakim said, "No, I ain't down with Eric B no more," would you consider that a diss?
Nah, he just
He
said he wasn't down with him.
I don't think it was no like malicious intent.
Nah,
Maybe it was, but even I don't know. Nah, I think that was just like we split. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a different kind of.
Yeah. If you say, "Yo, me and my significant other broke up," is that a diss?
I guess if you chose to put it in the song,
That's all. Being in a song.
That's what make it.
It'd just be like, it just seems just unsolicited information on the song.
Niggas get personal, bro. It's music.
Man, it sounded like he was, and no, I ain't down with Eric B no more.
Everybody knew him, Eric B and Rakim. Right?
Yeah.
He had to address that. Like that's something everybody was wondering for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then lastly,
Eric B's name was first, man. Like,
Yeah.
my bad.
Yeah, that's real.
and then lastly we have what do the highest level mixing engineers have that you don't?
That's a good one. That's a real good one.
Yeah, that's a real one.
That's a real good one.
That's a real one.
Yeah.
But yeah, do we want to get into it?
Hold on. So these are pause. These are the topics.
That was crazy. Niggas is
So
wild.
these are the topics. You know what I'm saying?
Give it to me.
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Real
Wayne
quick. You
switched
know what I'm
it
saying?
up.
As we wait on Unique to come back through. You know what I'm saying? To parlay with us. Another shout out to Coffee Black. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we got some real stuff to shout out though. On some real stuff. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna look at the camera. Put the mic over here. Hey, if you're watching this, that means you really rock with us. You know what I'm saying? You care about these opinions, these discussions, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Yo, do yourself a favor, man. Get the Unapologetic World app. Available for iOS and Android devices. Google Play, the App Store, wherever you need to go and get it. Unapologetic World. It's for free. I think it's roughly 90 or less megabytes. If you ain't got much space on your phone, you can still get it. You know what I'm saying? mess with us, man. It's a whole bunch of stuff in there that's just dope, from dope music to TV shows we created, to short films, to mixes, to, you know, new stuff that we do. And it's only about to get better. We about to turn up even further, you know what I'm saying? That's a place where we can reach people who are interested in us without the algorithm. And that's so necessary right now. Right? So I understand, man. It's a few taps away. It's a click. It's a download. It's not Instagram. It's not Facebook. The places that you visit the most. I understand. I'm asking you to leave these very familiar platforms. But fuck with us, fam. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's real out here for artists right now. We ain't selling CDs. We ain't making $10 every time we make an album and sell it. Those days is gone. You know what I'm saying? The best we can hope for is a dedicated consumer base, a dedicated group of people who we can reach without having to battle an algorithm to make it happen. You know what I'm saying?
Mr. Silent, we
got a comment in. Mr. Silent 315 on Twitch says, "Do you guys ever produce music?" Yes. And my name is I Make Mad Beats, by the way. You know what I'm saying? And I just met you guys. To be honest, you guys seem chill as F. You know what I'm saying? No doubt. Yeah, we pretty chill until it gets real. You know, we're not chill at all.
Chill
you know
until it gets real.
Can you post it in the chat? No doubt. I'll post it in the chat. I got you.
We be chilling like a feeling.
We be chilling.
I got you. I'm gonna post a link
till it get real.
In the chat. If you're on Twitch, I'm about to post a link to where you can download this app. And it'll take you to whether you're not, you know, it'll take you to your app store to get it. Unapologetic.
All of our music is in there, unreleased, released.
Yep.
It's quite the catalog of stuff to dive into from all of us.
Come on, man. It's not, I'm streaming live. It's going to make me log in? That's crazy. All right.
Shout out to Twitch.
But
they hating.
While I'm making sure that y'all got the link to this junk, Unique is back in the building.
Period.
So let's introduce ourselves one more time. We got myself, I Make Mad Beats, in the building. What's good?
We got the leader of the Peanut Gallery, C Major.
President.
And Unique.
The treasurer of the Peanut Gallery, Unique.
Yeah, and I am the vice president.
Come on, bro.
The Peanut Gallery.
Come on, dog.
Kid Maestro.
VP of operations.
Yo, just a reminder for all you guys joining in. We are going to shout you out by name. If you can tell us what the Peanut Gallery is.
Please tell us.
Because folks been saying that for a couple generations now.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is. And so I'm a part of this organization called the Peanut Gallery.
You're not a part of it. You are the VP.
I am admittedly unaware of our values and the direction of this organization. So if you guys can inform me so I can know how to proceed with my career, that would be super helpful. Yeah, drop any information you have in the chats.
All right, you know what I mean? So, with that being said, topic number 1, DAW Wars. Real quick, my man Mr. Silent asked, where are y'all from, man? We from Memphis, Tennessee. Hey, what part of upstate you from, my guy? I was up in New York for a while, and we definitely traveled not just the city of New York, but the state. So yeah, let me know. But yeah, let's hop into some topics. What y'all talking about, man?
Yeah, man. DAW Wars. So,
DAW Wars.
What does everyone prefer to recording?
We talking about recording.
Record and mix. Or if it's a different preference for either, let me know. But what do you guys prefer to record and or mix in?
As
Shout
far
out to
as
Mr. Silent 315 for downloading the app.
Do you mean like as far as like recording people's vocals only, or like
record your vocals, whatever, but like actual record, like not make beats,
I like using my FL. I ain't even gonna lie, cause it's I definitely like it.
Took it back to the streets.
Period.
Took it back to Florida.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's crazy though, because I remember when I
Nobody's ever done that before. I've been literally for the last 20 years in my head, I'd be like, nobody's just gonna call this like the Florida joint. Like,
no, for real.
I use Florida. Like it's FL, bro. If there was an app called TN,
yeah,
we'd be calling it Tennessee. Like
then it's got a big ass mango on it, a Florida mango. So yeah.
It's a mango. That's a pepper, ain't it?
It is.
Yeah,
I thought it was a pepper.
it's a pepper.
Yeah.
it's right now. It's a
debatable.
mango. Just for what the point I'm making.
Okay, say this.
You can do that.
Say this.
Habanero pepper as a mug.
Say this. Yeah. I don't know. I just know what a
So
peanut.
you prefer to record in FL Studio. How did you get to that point? Well, have you ever recorded In any other joints?
I've recorded in Pro Tools and Studio One. I like Studio One because of how like direct it is, or what it's kind of like Logic. It's kind of pretty like straight to the point. Pro Tools, I love Pro Tools, but I just haven't dove in deep enough to. Damn.
Pause.
I haven't gotten into it deep. Damn.
Bro, this is crazy. We can't even talk no more.
Like,
we having a discussion about our career tools.
That shit funny as hell.
We just silent pop.
That shit lit, bro. You really, bro. It's really nigga. You gotta work your muscles, nigga. Come on, bro. Pause, nigga. Or you just gotta really like.
You gotta work your muscles, nigga.
Or you really just gotta live in this shit, bro. I just like saying pause, bro. So I might just say some gay shit on purpose and just to throw a little pause out there, bro.
Well,
or I might not pause it, nigga. We might just play that shit.
Speaking of push, pause, and play.
Mr. Silent says Pro Tools, BandLab, and Reaper. Reaper's a name I ain't heard in a minute.
Yeah, I ain't heard Reaper. I was finna say you a young nigga with the BandLab, but the Reaper, like, all right.
You see?
Yeah, I don't know. You threw me off.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. When I meet people who use 3+ DAWs for different joints, I be having like, yo, these niggas is a different class of niggas, bro.
Yeah.
I feel like two max.
3.
Like, but when you say, I'm over here for the sound design and I bring everything over here to sequence,
whatever,
and I come out and record in this joint and then I mix it back in this, like, it's like, dang, bro, that's,
you know what I found
like
though,
real.
Bro? You know what I found though, bro? People who use multiple DAWs, those are PC users.
You use a PC?
That makes sense.
What's your name?
Those are PC
22.
users. Yeah. I found that the people who be like, I got this and blah, 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 it's because on a PC, it's easier to, I mean, I'm not saying people are not using real joints, but it's easier to get cracked software.
Yeah.
Right.
Big fact.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, which makes it easier to explore for sure.
All them joints is expensive.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Nigga, if you get Pro Tools, that's like when I first bought Pro Tools, bro. That was when you could buy this shit outright, and they gave you this little bitty ass CD jank. Yeah. When I first bought that shit, I was like, nah, nigga, this is it. Like, we learning this motherfucker 6 something for this little bitty ass CD. Nah, we learning this.
Yes, indeed. Okay. So we got C Mage. What you using, bro?
Yeah, I'm Pro Tools all day. Record, mix, anything but make the beat is Pro Tools.
Yep.
What about you, Pitch?
I am a 98% hybrid, so it's mostly Ableton for everything.
That's crazy.
And recording.
I feel sorry
Like
for you,
very, very. But you know, my recording journey started on Pro Tools, so like I know how to use it, and when it's what I gotta use, that's what I use.
Nah, Mr. Silent, that's cap, bro. There's no way you 22 out here talking about you use Cakewalk. Keep it all the way live.
Cakewalk free, ain't it?
Man, Cakewalk still exists.
Yeah, I don't even. Yeah,
they got beat off. Bought out.
That's interesting work, my guy.
Yo, that's the end of the stream. Hey, Mr. Silent.
Yo, everybody in the chat know what the peanut gallery is. Please let me know.
We gonna holler at you. We gonna holler at y'all. That's it for today. Like, we had a good conversation. This has been the peanut gallery. You ain't
what I'm saying is,
you ain't VP no more. I'm gonna say that, nigga.
By Cakewalk or Cakewalk by Reason, one of the two. Like they, whatever Cakewalk is doing, it's like free. It's like a free version of it.
So, I ain't even heard of that shit in at least 10 years.
Cakewalk, like 2 free jobs. I could see, exploring that.
My man Brandon Boulevard says, "What the hell I walk into?" I don't know, my guy. I'm
they said they got beat up.
Big shout out, my man Boulevard in the building. You know what I'm saying? What up, though? Boulevard. Outer Space OG. You know what I'm saying? Done a lot of recording here.
That's
yes, sir.
Period.
Yeah,
Shut up.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, I'm pretty much all Ableton, but you know what I'm saying, Pro Tools is in the back pocket for when necessary.
Okay. Let's keep it all the way live. You know what I'm saying? Let me you know what I'm saying? Pro Tools.
That's it. End of discussion.
Okay, now I want to be clear about something, man. I have Logic. I've recorded in Logic My first instrumental album, 2 of the tracks on there, I made them in Logic. You know what I'm saying? You know, I think, so like all the other ones too, that like predecessors, Cubase, what was that? New Window. You know, I've used them all. You know what I'm saying? But nah, nothing scientifically constructs sound. And you know, something I wanted to actually talk about in this conversation. You know, do you guys believe that these softwares sound differently? Right? Or do you believe it's digital, it's just zeros and ones, it's not doing anything to the sound?
They definitely
I
different.
definitely think they sound different. Yeah.
Okay, so tell me how these sound.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
I can't explain what Pro Tools does. Like I just can hear it. It feels similar. It's not doing what a Summit mixer does, but it feels similar to that process where it just kind of like before I level anything, mix or do anything, it feels like it just puts it in a place. Like when it's particularly, but this is the thing too. Like with FL, because I used to produce in FL as well. It didn't work the same. FL, I would much rather 2-track my beats and record to that. Especially at that time in my mixing career, I would much rather like mix my beat in FL, 2-track it, and then I'm just recording vocals to the 2-track, mixing it. But the relationship between MPC stems and Pro Tools, I think is a very different and like almost like they're meant to be together to me. Like it works so well. Just the way the stems come out of MPC. And all you gotta, like, honestly, when I'm in a crunch for time and I gotta mix a song like really quick or get something in a good enough, like I just need to bounce it out, I just take the stems, group them, and take it and drop them down like 12 dB, and then put the vocals in, and we good. Like that's a good starting point for most of everything. A lot of that's the way we make beats, right? We already mixing while we're making beats and stuff like that. But also, I just think the relationship between MPC and Pro Tools is just like, I don't know, it's something different.
Their hardware, like the Akai hardware, is like integrated into like the Pro Tools system too.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I think there's like a program deeper relationship just with their whole relationship, all together.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Yeah.
What'd you think, Unique?
I definitely hear the difference. I know in my FL, I ain't even gonna lie, like sometimes though in my FL, like depending on how I, prepare my vocals before I start recording on it, I can almost get a sound just as good as I can with Pro Tools, but it is a lot better when I go to Pro Tools if I were to record on Pro Tools, and it just automatically sounds like a professional, like, quality sound before I even do anything to it. Especially if you're micing your interfaces together too. But I haven't really. I wish I had stuck with Pro Tools when I had it, and that way I wouldn't be so behind, trying to catch up on learning about it or whatnot. But when I am when I am being recorded by you guys, and I do hear the difference in when I record at home than opposed to recording here on Pro Tools, because I record on my FL.
I feel it. Kid, you hear a difference?
Yeah, I mostly hear it when it's like being pushed. Like at the.
I found a way to mention Ableton push, bro. That man creative. Shout out Coffee Black.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just when like things are like super like loud and it's getting into the red. Yeah. It's just a different way it hits like.
But I don't want to cut you off. But does Ableton have a sound? Like, is that same thing true for? I'm being honest. I'm not even trying to.
Does Ableton have a sound? I mean,
I'm not even. Like, does Ableton have that Pro Tools kind of thing that you're talking about?
Like, it happens when you're pushing.
Oh, that's what you're talking about. You're talking about Ableton, not Pro Tools, right now.
I'm talking about the difference that I hear between Ableton and Pro Tools.
Okay.
Yeah, and where I hear that difference is when you're pushing
it, okay.
the DAWs. Yeah, Ableton has like almost like a clipper kind of sound when you're going into the red, and I feel like that point happens like slightly earlier in Ableton than Pro Tools. I feel like you could just like go a little bit further when it comes to like the need for headroom and stuff on Pro Tools. But yeah, that's where I hear it the most.
Yeah, that's quite interesting, my G. It's quite interesting.
What about you, Matt?
Well,
smokes pipe.
I mean,
You gotta get the pipe.
let me, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I actually agree with what C Major said. I think in particular because I don't use the interface on my MPC. I use a Prism Titan as my interface when I'm making beats on my MPC. And I will literally just be making a beat and it sounds good. And then I'll just hit export everything at its current level. You know what I'm saying? Exactly as it's being played in the MPC. I'll drag that into Pro Tools into, individual tracks and hit play again and it sounds different. And it doesn't sound like a summing mixer, but it does feel like things find their place easier. Right? It does have a breathability to it. And then I think also like a kind of softer, smoother high end, right? I've heard other DAWs. I've heard, Logic has a sound. I have not heard that. I haven't really paid attention to that sound in maybe 5 or 6 years though, to be quite frank. So I don't know where it is right now. But I just remember that it did sound different. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like you can hear Logic sound a lot when every time Elo plays something. I feel like he really pushes Logic,
Yeah.
and I feel like a lot of it's Elo. Like of course but I feel like he's definitely like the way he sidechain stuff without having like a sidechain compression or whatever joint. I feel like he really pushed that joint to really make it. I feel like they almost like on some like digital Mad Lib type shit. Or like you can really get that.
Logic is the 404.
Yeah, you can really get that like 404 digital type.
It's interesting that you like when you talk about exporting when you're making a beat mat and you export it and bring it into Pro Tools. I wonder, is that something with the MPC? Because when me and C Major be collaborating, like when he be exporting his stems, they definitely sound different. Like something happens on export. I feel you be feeling what I'm saying? Like
somebody from listening to the beat, yeah.
Like something happens on export.
Yeah, it's like a normalized kind of situation or something, but it's definitely like a I don't know. It's louder, but it's not just louder. It's like a knock to it.
Yeah, exactly. There's something that they be doing, I think, secretly that just adds to the MPC specifically.
I've never noticed that in individual tracks. Like I've never heard a specific sound or track or anything like that, and just think to myself like, this sounds different. Nah, usually when I play it back solo, it sounds the same. You know what I'm saying? It's really about the aggregate of all the sounds together. To me, is what sounds different. How the sounds sit next to each other. Like I'll find like in the MPC, like I'll be like, all right, bet. As soon as I get this in the Pro Tools, I need to do something about this kick and this bass to get it to sit right. And then I just put them in Pro Tools, and I'll be like, no, I don't. Things just have their own space easier. So yeah, I don't know, how that all fits. But I will say this though. Historically, I don't know of a DAW that had to recover as much from terrible sound quality as much as Ableton. Ableton is like the United States of DAWs, where it's just got to find a way to recover from its terrible past. You know what I'm saying? And there's always a group of people not willing to let it go. Slavery this, that, you know what I'm saying?
That had to have been like on 8 and back. Because I never really, because I first really started hearing about Ableton around the time they was dropping like 9. When 9 came out, like that's when they had like like a super overhaul of the previous software. So it probably happened around there, which was maybe like what 2013 or 14 or so.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. The first time I heard Ableton was 2005 or 6. You know what I'm saying? And bro, when I tell you, I mean that joint. I mean the soundtrack to Super Mario Brothers coming out in 1985 sounded better quality. I'm not even exaggerating. Go and ask people.
Damn,
it's a known thing. Like
I'm gonna say
it was terrible.
They got the. I'm gonna see if I can install them older versions. It's just to like.
I don't know M1 processor.
Wait, that shit. Even if you do, this shit finna sound good as a mug. You know? That shit finna switch up.
Exactly. Then that nigga like, see, no,
That shit switched up.
that joint was trash, bruh. And that joint just tarnished their whole life, bruh.
Damn, bro.
But
I think, I mean, now I don't think Ableton sounds bad. I just think that it's just like, you know, and let's talk about it. If we really having DAW wars, right? Let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it. Because I want to introduce a new facet to the DAW war, man. Right? We can talk about functionality all day. We can talk about how, you know, Ableton don't even got no audio suite type nothing, you know what I'm saying? We could talk about all this stuff, how Ableton just, you know, visually looks like absolute ass. We could talk about this and just talk about the factuality of it because it's all true. But instead,
Man,
right?
Falsehood.
But instead, let's talk about something that people don't really talk about. Let's talk about the culture of these DAWs, right? The kind of people, like, so for example, if people hate Ableton, right? You know what I find? It's rare that somebody hates Ableton because of Ableton. It's not something, it's not bad enough to hate it. Like you might, like I don't hate Logic. I don't use it. You know what I'm saying? But I think Logic is good. I just choose to use something else. You know what I'm saying? You know what makes people hate Ableton? The people who use Ableton. Right?
Most people don't hate Ableton though.
I think it's a lot of niggas that hate that. I mean,
Most people don't hate Ableton.
Bruh, I wish he was still doing this. Big shout out Monty Booker. Go back and go find any Monty Booker stream, bruh. Right? And you will find a slew
it's a lot of niggas to hate.
including Monty Booker, who is like, fuck Ableton. Like, so let's...
I don't consider him most people.
Well, we're not, there's no way to quantify most people, bruh. I'm just saying
It's a population of niggas that hate, and it's a population of niggas that hate Pro Tools. Like this is a very LeBron versus Jordan type of conversation.
And it's a population of people that think FL is cheap as fuck, and if you still on FL, you ain't doing shit. Like,
yeah. So let's talk about it, man. Kid, you part of that culture, bro?
The Ableton culture?
Yeah. You identify with that? Like you feel at home with the culture of Ableton? Yes.
I do.
Okay. Damn, bruh. We might have to kick Kid out, man.
I do. Them niggas is like, you know what I'm saying? I think, you know, every family has parts of their situations that they may not like.
Be so annoying.
Yeah,
bruh.
But I will say, if we go in there,
Let's go there.
Hey,
the Pro Tools niggas is even more. Bro,
Pro Tools is annoying?
Bro,
tell me something about Pro Tools.
Fam, you spent years on
Ken Lewis is a pro. Every engineer we look up to is a pro.
You spent years. First of all, the nigga that you like learn from, you said is an asshole. You spent years on Gearsluts, bro. You know all of them niggas was Pro Tools niggas, and all of them niggas is the worst niggas ever.
I feel it can't.
Hold on. I mean, well, now it's Gear Space.
Now they switched up. Damn, they switched up.
Oh yeah. Them niggas is the worst niggas ever, bro.
Bro, there is a bit of like pretension, nigga. And this is the thing with Pro Tools that I think like that I'm also a perpetuator of too, and I feel like doesn't get talked. I think niggas was my generation specifically, like, and before me, like, was really groomed into pro. Like, there was no other like when I was trying to figure out what to get. it was like, get this, because you ain't finna be able to go to no studio, which it's really not grooming. I feel like it's the truth, like, and it still is the truth. Like, you can't go to no if you got Ableton, like the nigga said, like, I hope you ain't got to go to no major studio and like if you, but that also feels like grooming. Like, it really didn't give me a choice to like explore and find. I was told that this is what I need and I have to get, and I got it and I learned it because I had to, but I didn't really get the chance to like, all right, what if I do fuck with Logic? Like, now what if and so I do feel like there's a bit of like pretentious and cockiness but the shit's great. Like, that's what comes with it.
There's in terms of the culture, it's a lot of like the same culture of this is how I learned, so you got to learn it the same way. You know what I'm saying? It's very that kind of thing. Yeah, but I've talked to a person, like, there's one engineer I spoke to who was like, speaking to that pretentiousness, was like literally saying like they were happy that like Pro Tools was coming out with products that only certain people that make a certain amount of money could use.
We can shut him out. Big shout out my G Ari Morris.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Which I get it, because it was just the energy of like, there's too many people like just hopping into this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? So I get it, protecting. You know what I'm saying? Like the art form, because Ari is like an engineer. Like, he be doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? But I remember when he said that, I was like, damn, like, it's just like, again, it's like that gear space kind of energy.
But that's what it is. Like,
you come and ask a question like to a forum of people that's supposed to be talking about this shit, and they be like, how
the fuck you don't know this dumbass nigga? Of course, stupid ass nigga. But I feel like that's like Pro Tools is like a weeder, like it weeds out the niggas that really want to do this. Like, like that's really what it was. Like, it was when I was faced with it, I was like, bro, is this something I'm really trying to do? And if I am, I'm finna, and there was plenty of niggas around me that was trying to do it too. There's like, nah, they work, they do something else now.
Hold on,
like, I feel like
hold on, y'all. Let me speak, man. Let me get into this, man. That's a great point, and that's the thing. Is like, I say this, man. You know what I'm saying? It's, let's go back, right? You said he was an asshole, right? I said he was an asshole. I think he was known as an asshole, right? Right. He was also one of the greatest to ever do it. And so I think about that dynamic a lot. I think about how many people hate on iPhones because they can't afford them. I think about like and maybe that's a bad example because iPhones are doing interesting things nowadays. But my point is just that, like, I think a lot of people who don't like to be held to a certain level of like, this is the bar, right? Those people look at the people holding the bar as pretentious, asshole, blah, 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 right? And then, but I also feel like, if you can get past that, if your ego is not checked or challenged by that, like, without a doubt, the best engineers on planet Earth, like, are Pro Tools users. Yeah. Without a doubt, the people who will become the best engineers on planet Earth, most of them will be Pro Tools users. Why? Because Pro Tools forces you to opt in at a level in which you ain't playing.
Yep.
You like Ableton, all these other things we're talking about. It's so easy to get cracked versions of them. It's so easy to get cracked versions of the plugins that work with them, and so it's gonna be flooded with anybody just trying some shit out. Not Pro Tools. Yeah. Pro Tools is like, no.
Yeah, you made the decision.
You're either a professional or you're aiming to become a professional. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. And you might take offense to that. Oh man, why you gotta make it? Okay, that's fine. Shut up. Because the people who do opt into this will become the greatest to ever do it. Yeah. Simple as that.
And I guarantee every other nigga that made it using Ableton or whatever the fuck, they know how to use Pro. Like you're not you use Ableton now, but you know how to use Pro Tools.
I would never, like, if somebody said to me, like, I'm a producer, right? So there's other factors in play in terms of the choice of DAW I use. But if I was strictly an engineer, I feel like it would be working against yourself to choose not to learn and make Pro Tools your main junk. Yeah. Because
you just be trying to be defiant.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's it. Yeah, like, that's it. It just be a whole bunch of, I'm a rebel.
Yeah.
I Studio One.
You in the studio sitting down.
What's wrong with Studio One?
And Reaper.
But you
sit on the couch in the back of the studio.
Again, it was like the Pro Tools genre. I am curious to see what this is going to be like. Let's just take AI and all that stuff out of the conversation. I am curious to see what this conversation would be like in 20 years. Because
Big shout out Anon in the building.
Yeah, what up?
we're coming out of like that. You had to get Pro Tools. And
I don't think we are though. That's the thing.
I
don't think we are. I feel like
when I think about like people like Phineas or whatever, like who's doing like, what I'm saying? It's not the majority for sure. But you just think like the Billie Eilish type junk.
That's what I was gonna say. You talking about bedroom versus Billie Eilish, whatever the fuck the junk that you do in the bedroom goes to Pro Tools. Like
no, that nigga he be mixing his shit.
So that's an anomaly then.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying I feel like more of those are popping up because like more of these artists are like becoming, big. And so like you get, like we was talking about the last gen, you got people who are like, I just did this all on my phone. And so that's not the norm or the standard now. I'm just curious to see if it will be a shift in like the next 20 years.
I feel like this feeds into the next question we have, because I that's why I don't see shit changing, because there will always be, if that's what you're doing, there will always be somebody better than you. There will, if you're staying there, and I can't believe. That's funny to me. So the niggas just don't, like, who you don't fuck with Pro Tools? Like, he on some, like, my shit ain't touching Pro Tools. Like, my shit ain't touching no major studio type shit. I mean, the Billie Eilish guy.
He just, he
do the whole process.
Yeah. Like, he is like the end to end, like,
I'm not believing all of that, bro. Cause
I don't know if he does like the master, but he definitely is mixing those joints.
Yeah. Like, I can see mixing.
And he's doing it in Logic.
I can see mixing it. I can see that shit getting stemmed out somewhere, and because the way that shit be sounding is on another level. And but he could be an anomaly. I could be wrong.
And so like the other thing that I'm curious about in terms of like it being a shift. Again, I don't think it's this way, but like I've definitely watched like some mix with the masters junts, where like Jimmy Douglas, for example, he did like all the like Timbaland stuff. Like he was like Timbaland's, mix engineer, all that stuff. So I remember watching a video of him mix a song, and like he straight up mixed the thing in Ableton, and I've seen Mike Dean do like similar things too, where he'll just be mixing in Ableton.
I've seen him in Ableton. Yeah.
And the reason I feel like that's happening is because like there, on one side it's like the people at the top are doing this, and so if you're trying to get there, you adapt and adjust. I feel like there's so many people rising up that aren't doing that, just like bedroom niggas, that there is some adaptation happening at the top too, where those people are like opening up. You know what I'm saying? Because they're getting sent Ableton projects.
I'm not saying that that's not a part of the process. I'm saying they're adding that too. Right.
And what all I'm saying is I'm just curious if that would be like, because it's not just Pro Tools now. Like it's opening up in 20 years.
Yeah, I don't see it.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Where there isn't like a.
I think in 20 years it'll be. All right, we did 50% of the process, 60% of the process here, and then we had to take it further. and I think that's taking it further will still be.
Y'all are optimistic. I don't think any of this stuff will be the same in 20 years.
Because I was gonna say like, shit.
I'm saying
he took out the AI and all of that shit.
Yeah. But I'm definitely thinking about like, although as much as I love FL, I definitely even want to invest in Pro Tools from my home studio, because it just makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like. And it'll make it easier for when I am sending off my stems, when I won't have to like come back, re-record them and all that crap. So it's definitely something to invest in if you're really trying to take your shit serious.
Turn red as hell. That must be the new cover art for some album, bro. Right? Hell yeah. Nah, that's what's up, man. Nah, I feel that. I think, I don't know. I think the software future is changing more rapidly in the last year than maybe the previous 10 years. You know what I'm saying? So when we talking about 20 years out, I mean, I have no idea. You know what I'm saying? I truly have no idea. But I do know this, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I've never. I'll say this too. Like, and this is something that's I think is personally important, right? Is that like regardless of any of this stuff, like even if you're using most of the time Ableton, but you know how to use Pro Tools, like if Pro Tools isn't the main thing that you use, you're never gonna know it as well as you know Ableton. You're never gonna know it in the way that it advances as regularly as it advances, and it has advanced, right? And then that threatens your, you know, how competitive you are, right? When called into these scenarios or when asked about the, you know, these sessions or whatever, when you're talking to literally 90+% of the industry, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, nah, I don't want to, you know, I want to, what can get me in the room and keep me in the room the most. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to know, I want to be up to date on that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I want to have the experience, and I want to be able to say, I do this every day. You know what I'm saying? And then when I sit down in front of Pro Tools at every major studio in the country,
I'm good.
Like, nothing is like, what is that? You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, so I mean, like, just the competitiveness in me is like, nah. Like, I'm going to walk in here. Like, that's the thing. Is like, there's no studio where you're going to walk in and it's like, oh, you don't know how to use Ableton? Get the fuck out of here. Like, that's not going to happen. But there are studios where you don't know how to use Pro Tools. They will tell you to get out.
Definitely.
You're not sitting in that chair. You on the couch in the back and you're watching another nigga work, move your shit, pause.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean,
that would be crazy, bro.
I agree 100%, particularly as an engineer.
If the tide shifted though, and niggas had to learn Ableton, bro, I'm out. I'm strictly a producer, bro. I fuck with Ableton, dog. Like, but that shit, bro. It be too much shit going on in that motherfucker. I'm out, bro. I just make the beat. I'm gonna send you the stems.
Now hold on. Now I will say this though. I will say, and this is just me trying to be intellectually honest. I still have no love for Kid Maestro, you know what I'm saying? But no, on some real shit. On some real shit though. The thing that's like unfair in this conversation was Ableton was never created to just battle against Pro Tools. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, like, eerily similar to Logic. Like, to me, the better versus is Ableton versus Logic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because these were DAWs created with the idea of what we've all been talking about since I've started this, right? Is to be able to start and end the creation process in one place. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll be honest and say, I don't understand how that is not like just the most normal thing by this point. I've been making beats on computers since halfway through the 90s. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And to be halfway through the 20s and this is still like not a dominant thing is wild to me. You know what I'm saying? So I understand the idealism. You know, also I also want to be clear about something too. The reason why, you know, Ableton owners are so annoying, right? is because they are so excited. Right? They're so excited that a software company is finally listening to them. Yeah. Because previously, you know, with the exception of Native Instruments, which, no, I'm not even going to go there, but with the exception of Native Instruments Machine, no software company actually listened to the people who wanted to use it. Machine came out, and for like a good 3.5 days, they listened. They listened to the people who were interested in using their software. Ableton took that flag and said, nah, we're going to continue to listen. Now, I will say, though, just from talking to my homies who use Ableton, it seems like that has slowed down a bit. It feels like Ableton corralled all the people like Kid Maestro into the Ableton cult, and now they're like, okay, it's our time to finally stop listening to these fools and do the things that we don't give a. You know what? Let's go talk to a fucking bluegrass producer, and we're gonna design this software for him, just like every other software did, where they took their eye off of their primary user.
FL kind of listened to the people too.
Now, FL absolutely, absolutely. FL came through and was like,
y'all need time stretch, y'all need all this shit.
Y'all need stems?
Period.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, all these niggas got stems. Say listen.
Hey, but okay, so let's talk about FL for a second. Let me give FL its props too.
Shout out.
Let me give FL its props. I don't think I've never seen a beat making software with as much of what happens in hip hop built into it. Like it's just like it's kind of like unfair how much it's just like, oh, you do this kind of like these aren't things you got to add on. There's no plugins. There's no need. It's just built into that junk.
Yeah.
Like
that's right.
And that is for me what made me respect FL.
Yeah.
Like the interface looks terrible. You know what I'm saying? I hate it.
give you that.
I don't like the look of it. There's a lot of things I'd be like, bro, I don't know. But like,
the respect they got for the community,
That's
the people,
absolutely.
the people
they're paying attention to what's actually
the people they choose to endorse, like they really, really be rocking with the people that use their shit, unlike any other.
And well, I guess it was that one time with the commercial, but it also feels like they can't outright, you know what I'm saying, support it, but they be rocking with the amount of piracy that's happening of their software. They just be like they let people live and be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like they
you would imagine by now they would have something that's like, all right, bro, we stopping this, like some Pro Tools type shit.
Nah,
but you know what? No, there is something. A lot of the native plugins that come with the program, a lot of they're only like trial use. So even if you did like get the cracked version or whatnot, it wouldn't be as efficient as it would be if you bought the actual program. Because go ahead.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there's levels to it, absolutely.
Yeah,
but it just seems like it's much more accessible.
Yeah, they let you get in the door.
Yeah, it's much more accessible, and the access that you get, like again, like the default program itself. Now, I'm not talking about all the bells and whistles, but the default program itself is more for hip hop producers, like especially what hip hop is doing now and in the last 20 years.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know about the 90s, but definitely.
But Southside Metro, like all these niggas is FL. Like
FL is like, I get it. You know, I can never hate on somebody using FL because I get it. Now this is where we dwell. Every one of these DAWs can accomplish all of the same things one way or another. This is some are skewed to what they focus on. You know, people making beats in FL, man, I get it, bro. People recording songs in FL, what? Like,
bro, that's what I was gonna say earlier.
Making my beat,
what?
Bruh.
Making the beat, and then right up under the beat, dropping your vocals on the
bro, I remember when FL didn't even have audio tracks, bro. Like that's like you had the little square jumps, and then you had your for real, you had your little square jumps, then you had the and then you had the piano roll. Nigga, like there was no like recording audio in this shit.
You didn't even put no input for your mic, no mic input.
That's terrible, bro. That's terrible, bro. So I'm trying to make sure that like I Make Mad Beats objectively understands the pros and cons of these softwares. You know what I'm saying? And I get how a software company has listened and actually innovated and developed. Like, there's so many things about Ableton that's like, wow, that's built into the software too. That's crazy. And how that can incite people to want to go out and hold the flag. I saw a meme of a dude. It was like a dude using a urinal, and there's like 30 other urinals available. And somebody walks in and uses the urinal right next to that guy and says, "Hey, bro, do you use Ableton?" That was the most accurate meme I've ever seen. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's just because these dudes is excited, and they're excited nerds. Yeah. Like, Ableton is a scientific.
It very much is, bro. It's literally got a visual programming language built into it, so you can make your own.
You can do
It was made for kids.
Like. So it's definitely like a nerdy joint. So yeah, and you know, to be fair, like again, if I was an engineer, there's no way I would be advising somebody to use Ableton to do that. I think there's just more things at play, you know what I'm saying, to like when you choosing like your weapons, you know, it's like it's not just as simple as what's the best recording job. But I will say like when it comes to recording, there was a period where like I was definitely making beats. I tried making beats in Pro Tools, and at least at the time before some of this other stuff came out, like I really gave it a shot. I was watching all the Illmind videos, set up my template. It was just not a fun experience. I just did not enjoy it.
In Pro Tools?
Yeah, in Pro Tools. Shout out to Battery, you know what I mean? Like,
man. Oh, man. It's not like want to go there.
And then, but I was like, nah, I'm going to just bounce out 2-track this beat and record in Pro Tools. Because, like, for me, it's really, honestly, it's a workflow thing.
It's all workflow.
Like, and recording vocals in Ableton was just like, it was just basic stuff that was like, yo, this is not worth it. You know what I'm saying? It was worth the extra time of like, okay, we just made the beat. Let me bounce it out. Let me open up a new Pro Tools session. Let me drag this in. Let me get the tempo in and get to going. You know what I'm saying? Like, but once Ableton 11 came out, they made some of those updates. They listened and it was like, okay, we can make this work. So I am not the Ableton dude that's like gonna use Ableton just because that's the DAW I like.
Nah, it really works.
It is working well for like what I need. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not sacrificing the workflow just to be like I'm all
use Ableton.
You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I mean?
Yeah, you tried it.
So like, and because I do that, like there are times where I prefer to use Pro Tools still. Like when I'm recording really large sessions, like that, I think I prefer Pro Tools. You know what I'm saying? If I'm recording like a band or something like that, I would want to do that there. And this particular part is why Pro Tools pisses me off. Is because like, bro, I done use every fucking era of computer, and for some reason,
big shout out Flame Hollis.
It don't matter. Flame Hollis in this joint?
The man said tell. My bad, kid. Go ahead.
It just don't matter. At some point, you gonna get that. We don't know what happened to this CPU era in the middle of your
shit, bro.
And be like, and then you gotta be like, yeah, my bad. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it again for me, please. You know what I'm saying? Like, or some version of that. Like, and that's I be like, bro, like
that's Pro Tools fault or is that computer fault?
That is Pro Tools fault because nigga, it's Pro Tools fault.
Nah, nigga, I
done had new computers, bro. I ain't never had the processing power.
I ain't never had the processing power to really test is this Pro Tools fault. But I know man be having issues too.
Session. We was recording 5 tracks.
Oh, which one? What you talking about?
The punk jump. We just recorded, bro.
Oh, the punk jump?
Yeah, it happened. Yeah. Like, and I was like, bro, this is the superest computer ever.
Okay.
What's going on? What's going on, bro?
But
that's it, bro.
I ain't gonna lie.
5 fucking tracks.
It was 5 tracks.
It was 5 tracks.
But hold on, no, nigga. Matt be doing some shit where he be uploading a 10 terabyte video to Vimeo. He had MPC up.
It was no excuse.
With a 20-track MPC joint on there.
It's no excuse.
Matt be having 20 tabs of high level shit going on this computer, bro.
Niggas invested, bro. You don't let this man insult you, bro. You invested G's into the studio
but he be having,
to be able to do that.
He be having G's and shit running on 20 tabs,
to
bro.
be able to do that shit, bro. It's no excuse, bro. There is something wrong with the infrastructure, and I don't know why that is happening across multiple generations. For a decade, bro, I've been here for 11 years, bro. That's when I started using Pro Tools.
All right, hold on. I wanted to make sure he got his say, man. All right, so to be 1,000% fair, when Pro Tools trips up on my computer, right? And it does trip up. You know what I'm saying? When it trips up on my computer, though, it's hard for me to hold Pro Tools 100% accountable when I know I'm reckless. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll have Pro Tools open and MPC.
And like 20, that's what I'm trying to say. Like,
I'll literally be like this. You know what I'm saying? Like right now.
The computer got 80 chords.
I'm saying though, he really be pushing 80 of them.
I'll be mad reckless.
And then they efficiency chords. So the lower you got your buffer size, the better it's supposed to work.
Hold on. But I do have to say though, right? When I close all the other programs, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I think it's also, again, just to be fair, right? Like, there's a lot going on here. For example, like, I have like 37 hard drives hooked up.
Yeah.
I got all kind of peripheral, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot going on in the mix. You know what I'm saying? So you know, it's not as simple as like, it's, you know, an amazing computer. Like, you know, not. But when I do actually say, hold up, let me make sure 38 million things is not happening, I have zero problems. You know what I'm saying? Zero problems, you know? And so like yesterday, for example, I'm recording, I don't know how many tracks, aggregate devices, all kind of stuff, 20-minute jumps, 30-minute recordings, I had no problems.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, I definitely want to upgrade my computer, so maybe I'll be talking different, you know what I'm saying, once I do that. But what I say
I feel you though, my nigga. I be running into this shit.
work on the computer I got, no matter what computer I'm using.
My MPC,
Hot as a motherfucker.
MPC might slow down a little bit, but it ain't never gave me the. I don't know what the fuck going on. you need to stop. Pro Tools be like, nah, nigga, you need to stop right quick. You need to chill.
If LJ was here, he'll feel me, bro. Man, on the M1, bro. And he the type, Bluetooth off, Wi-Fi off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why when people start turning off,
I be everything off, nigga. Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, nigga. I can't get shit, nigga. My computer is a Pro Tools computer right now, bro. Like,
that's funny. I ain't never had to do all that.
Yeah.
I mean,
nigga, my brightness be down, nigga. Nigga, I barely can. Low power. I barely can see my shit. That shit still be like, hold on, nigga. Let me catch up real quick.
That's funny. I mean, I think it's time for the next topic, right?
Yeah.
I think we got like 30 minutes left because we started a little bit late.
Yeah.
That was only topic number one.
That's
big shout out to everybody in the chat. Big shout out Flameaholics, Anon, you know what I'm saying? Who was Anon? Big shout out. Mr. Silent 315, all the people checking us out on Twitter as well. We got a good crowd on Twitter.
Don't
big
forget,
shout out to y'all.
if y'all know what the Peanut Gallery is,
Yep.
let us know, because we just be saying, welcome to the Peanut Gallery.
Let
And
me
I'm
know,
the
'cause
vice
I'm
president
gonna
of
go
this
to that
organization,
motherfucking
and I don't know where we going. So if you can do some research and figure out what the Peanut Gallery is, let us know.
We are thepeanutgallery.com.
One more time, while you here, man, go ahead and download that Unapologetic World app.
And period.
I'm gonna post the link on YouTube as well. It's
And
already
it's
on our
free.
Twitch stream. It's free. It's really swift. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and get that. It's got a whole bunch of great stuff in it. I'll be telling y'all about that a little bit later in the stream as well. Next topic. What are we talking about, bro?
Yeah, so let's do we want to nerd out somewhere? Did we nerd out enough for this?
I don't think we nerded out enough.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
So, all right, let's get into it then. And I definitely think this last conversation feeds directly into this, John. What do the highest level mixing engineers have that you don't? And that's I think, like, especially when we was talking about what's the future of this. That's why I don't see shit changing. Cause it's 5 niggas that run all major music.
It do touches.
There's 5 niggas that touch every major song, and them niggas ain't going unless you trying to,
You know what I'm saying?
do some assassination.
The market is pretty big, so I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like this topic came from a conversation that we was having, me and C Mage was having, and you was saying, like, bro, I feel like it's some magic, like, legit, like,
bro. Let me give you a quick. We ain't got that much time, but a quick background on me as a real nigga. When I was in college, bro, I super went in on the Illuminati YouTube junts, and like really that became like it took over my life. Like I deleted, nigga. I still don't really listen to Jay and Beyonce like that, just on some shit like that. But at that time, nigga, I had to delete that shit off. Not just the Apple Music, nigga, off my hard drive. Like the shit had to go. Like it had to be gone type shit. Like. And so I kind of still carry that with me when I listen to like major release songs. They always have a higher level of like fidelity, like punch, loudness, but not distortion. Or even is distortion, I can tell that it's very like clearly purposeful. Just like there's always just a upper level or upper echelon of like sound to a major label released song, i.e. like Travis or Ye, Jay-Z shit or whatever. Like there's always Roddy Ricch's first album, like all of the like there's just a higher level of like what the fuck is going on. And I always stop.
Really, I was just
And even so, which is surprising about her stuff. She ain't got the Illuminati touch on her shit. So I'm trying to see what's going on. But anyway. But I always, she might, but I always like attributed that a piece of that. I knew a lot of that was just niggas knew what they was doing and shit like that. But I also attributed a lot of that to like, what is there some like seance type shit that they do over these records?
A sacrifice that was made.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like what they do in the studio, drop blood on the, you know what I'm saying?
No, I was saying I was saying that I agree that there's magic, but I like, you know, shout out to Mad Beats. You know what I mean?
Damn.
When I met him,
for once.
bro, there is truly something magical that happens that creates a domino effect when you have analog devices. Like, I'm not saying you can't mix a good record in a box and make it sound dope, but when you get to just running through stuff and things just happen, it just changes the sound, right? And you learn what it does, but you bought a thing that costs a lot of money and it changes something. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to have skill to just run it through it.
Yeah.
You have skill to understand when to use what that thing does.
Yep.
Right? When you got the ability to have those devices, the decisions that you now use your bandwidth to are just different types of decisions that everybody else on the lower like economic status,
just
you know,
not
or
even knowing
lower
about.
access
Yeah.
level, just like they don't get to the ability to make those decisions.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Or even know that those are decisions to be made.
Exactly. And so not only do I feel like it's the devices that these people have, it's then the freedom of different types of choices to make. You know what I'm saying? So if you got like a super focused, intense, like scientific, really study this shit type nigga to mix a record, right? All of that bandwidth is going to go into it. But then you take that same type of person, that got that same work ethic, but then they got shit that does stuff for you. You know what I'm saying? And makes it sound better just when you start.
Yeah.
All of that same intensity with these two people who are on the same mental level, like they like way ahead because they're making a different range of decisions. And I feel like that's like the main thing that separates niggas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Of course it's the work ethic, but if you take the two hardest working people, but you put one in a better room, like the outcome is just gonna be different.
Yep.
Definitely. Definitely.
That's it, man. That's it. Like I couldn't agree more, man. I've seen. I mean, I saw it in real life. You know what I'm saying? I saw what the accessibility of things and knowledge at Quad Studios did for people. I remember when I first started interning there, I remember thinking I was a dope producer, and then I just saw producers who knew how to use all of those things and were creatively but they just had access to it. And I was just thinking to myself, bro, I can't compete with these people. Like, how could I compete with these people? I remember one time there was this producer named Amadeus, right? I'm never going to forget when this man came through. He just came through to play beats for artists. He booked Studio C for like 8 hours just to invite artists to come through the whole day from all over the wherever to just listen to his beats. This man beats sounded like a greatest hits album from like Jay-Z. Like, it was already just like, I remember after I was an intern, and I was a second assist on that session. And I remember my man Randy being like, hey, yo, afterwards, man, if the artist's still around, you want to play beats? I was like,
I'm good. I'm good. You ain't finna embarrass me, nigga.
Yeah, coming after that, bro, how am I going to compete with that? You know what I'm saying? Like, they just sound so perfect already, you know. And that's because, you know, Amadeus, he would make beats in the studio. Right, so he wasn't just making. He had an MPC. He wasn't just making beats on his MPC. Like it's while he was making it, they was running through an SSL, these pre's, this effects processor, this stereo. You know what I'm saying?
Hearing it on the same speakers that they gonna be played in.
Exactly.
Like that's a big like.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And I just remember thinking to myself like, bro, like I gotta find a way to compete like this. I remember when we was out west, man, and we was working. Shout out, big shout out my man Sean. We was working with some artists out there, man, and we were on a session watching some artists record, and I just remember watching producers that we all love. What was that guy's name? It was Focus, DJ Khalil, and it wasn't T minus. It was I can't remember his name, man. But I was just listening to them play beats, and I just remember that all of their beats had the most interesting sounds ever. Like, before anything had a crazy melody or crazy drums or whatever, the sounds themselves were just interesting. You know, and I just remember thinking to myself, again, like, man, if I'm not doing whatever's necessary to have crazy sound design stuff, how can I compete with these guys? You know, like how these guys are playing like Chris Brown records that none of y'all ever gonna hear. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just listening to it like, this sounds amazing because the lead instrument, that sound is amazing. You know, and I was just like, bro, like if you're not surrounding your talent with also great utensils,
That's right.
how can you compete with these people who have great talent and great utensils? You know, like big shout out to just going up the street and getting some, but like there's people out here making steaks with Wagyu. You know what I'm saying? Like, and how if I'm just going to Kroger and getting a random ribeye, no matter how, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
You know,
it's a difference. And so, like, that mixed with the blood on the track. Like,
you can't lose after that. After somebody die for the music, you know what I mean? Come on, how can you lose?
Yeah, no, I definitely think that's the part. Like, the type of learning you do is different. Like, you just thinking about different
type of research you do out of that shit.
Flame just came here to talk to the women.
Yeah, it might shit.
I can't even hate though. I respect it.
Yeah, but before we hop off this topic,
you said before we hop off.
Before chill,
Wow.
chill. I ain't say that. I said before chill. You need just gonna take that shit and run too. See, that's some Instagram ass shit. Just take this shit and go with it, bruh. Anyway, I said before we hop out this topic. Let's not get y'all got me fucked up. Y'all got me fucked up in the game. Let's not gatekeep some of these. Like, what are these tools? Because I feel like that's the perpetuation of niggas not knowing and not having like. What are some of these tools? You the expert.
All right, so first and foremost, it starts with the interface.
Yeah.
Right. I think somewhere along the line, we got everybody thinking that if you got an Apollo, you know what I'm saying, that you got the same thing that whoever's mixing whatever is using, you know what I'm saying? So first and foremost, like before we even get to all this blah blah blah, let's just talk about how it's recorded.
Yeah.
The actual recording chain. I want to be clear about something, you know what I'm saying? You can't act like ain't no difference between your mic, and I know a lot of bedroom producers, they had TLM 103s, you know what I'm saying, and surrounding elements, you know what I'm saying, which is roughly around $800, $1,200, right? If you really think that there is either no or negligible difference between that mic and a Sony C800G,
It's a big difference.
which is $10,700, you know what I'm saying? If you really think, nah, that's just... All right, I'm telling you right now, you're being naive. I'm telling you, there is a huge difference in between those mics and source material. So let's talk about it. Everything I'm about to mention is to not only create, but to protect the original quality of the source material.
Yeah.
Right? That's an important thing to note because nothing that I'm going to mention is going to make magic out of something that wasn't magic when it started.
Yeah.
It has to start off magic and then be kept magical through the process. Right? That's the biggest, misconception is that, I can get a plug-in to make this, or I can get a device. Even if you go and spend $5,000 on some compressor, it don't matter, dog.
If the mic was trash, the room was trash. Now you compressing the trash room, and that shit gonna shine. That room gonna win, bro.
Absolutely. I'm not saying, like, I want to be clear about something. I am not saying that you have to have all of this stuff to make a hit, to make an effective record, to succeed. Not at all. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying there are levels to this stuff, and people at the highest levels of mixing are doing things a certain way to get a level of pristine so consistently. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to be clear about something. Like, if you go to the studio with Beyonce, you're not going to see an Apollo interface. You're not. Just being honest. Like, and there's a reason for that. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, we talking about mic chains. We starting off with a Sony C800G. You know what I'm saying? Comparable. We're talking about preamps. We can start with a Neve 1083. You know what I'm saying? Right? The rack version or the 500 series version. Right? I mean, but that's just like the accessible part of that level. Right? There's way more gangster pre's out there. Right? We talking about a TubeTech CL1B compressor. It's one channel. It's one channel. And it's 5 Gs.
Yeah.
A one channel compressor is 5 Gs. You know what I'm saying? Off top.
5 bands.
5 bands. You know what I'm saying? It's people, a whole studio that's half that. You know what I'm saying? This is a one channel compressor. It's 5 bands off top. All right. Then after it leaves your compressor, it goes into your interface. You know what I'm saying? Again, you spending 2 Gs on an Apollo feeling like, this is what it is. Apollos are great. You know what I'm saying? No doubt. But I guarantee you go in Beyonce studio, you're not finding no Apollo, bruh. You know what I'm saying? All right, so then it gets into your interface. Cool, right? Let's talk about summon mixers. Let's talk about analog devices that happen in post or even during recording, right? Or even as inserts, right? I'll just use one I have right here. You know what I'm saying? Like I have a Neve 8816 16 channel summon mixer. When I bought it, I think it was $3,200 or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's that's on the cheap side. If I'm being real, like a lot of people are like running things through real consoles.
Yeah.
There ain't no TDE album coming out
without touching the board.
Like no.
Yeah.
No, y'all all be like, man, TDE, and y'all be trying to get y'all mixes to sound like them, feeling blah, blah, blah. I'm telling you right now, none of them is just doing something in a computer by itself. None of them. There's no album coming out on TDE mixed solely in the box. It's never happened.
Nope.
It's never happened. Right? These people are running through consoles that cost $60,000, $100,000.
Big fact.
Shit that you gotta ask the price. You gotta call a little company.
Yeah, exactly. There ain't no advertisement, ain't no store with it. Nah, nigga, you gotta call them. And they got to go see what you need. And then they'll give you a price on the phone.
Do you got space for this, my nigga?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You need a room.
What you talking about?
It's different levels to this, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'll never forget being in the studio with Michael Brower. And Michael Brower is using Michael Brower designed compressors. The guy literally flew to Germany to get his own compressors made because current legendary existing compressors wasn't doing the job. My man got every compressor you could see on a UAD list. but the real version of
My
it.
nigga said,
And
nah.
none of that was good enough. He was like, nah, bro.
Nah.
I need the attack on this, the threshold, nah, bro. The saturation, nah. I gotta go and make my own compressor. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It's wild.
Man.
this is who you competing with. You know what I'm saying? Like, and there's so many different levels. I mean, I have a Prism Titan, right? But then there's like, not Apollo, but then there's like the Apogee, the RME. There's even like Burl, interfaces with like really good A to D in a really warm way, right?
Got Transformers in them joints.
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Then they got, companies like Black Lion, right? That actually go and like, you can take whatever your interface is and they change the preamps in them. right? To make them sound, a certain kinds of ways. Like, these guys are not just using what you got at Guitar Center. They're not. You know what I'm saying? They're using products the Guitar Center don't even have access to.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Guitar Center would make the same call you would make.
Right. Did you get to the monitoring part yet?
I haven't even gotten to monitoring. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even gotten to the room. You know what I'm saying? You want to take a stab at that?
Bro,
Go ahead.
Monitors themselves.
Fam, like, first of all, shout out to Mad. You know what I'm saying? The vocals is one level.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
That's one level, bro.
No, big facts.
That's the first level, bro. Get you some vocals. That's the front door,
bro. PMC.
Yeah. PMC crazy.
Barefoots.
These jumps you only hear if you go to like the NAMM trade show.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
They got a display. You know what I'm saying?
You sit in a little room.
You know what I'm saying? You could either buy the house or the speakers.
For real, right? You trying to get a whoop? You trying
to set up your family for
You want a Tesla? You
trying to
want
get some
speakers, nigga.
That's
Which
it.
one?
That's it, bro.
Like,
for real.
And I don't know what the tone. Like, I don't want the tone to be is like. You know what I'm saying? Let this inspire you. You know what I'm saying? And also, you know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to the Focusrite, bro.
Nah, I ain't
Mad is gonna absolutely hate, and for good reason. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? Like, you use the Focusrite to come up so you can get the next level, right?
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Whatever you're using, you know what I'm saying? Like, make good shit.
Yeah, it's
so
a stepping
come up.
stone. Yeah, it's a
You know what I'm saying?
stepping
'Cause, Mad, you said the same thing. Like, learn how to record good vocals. You know what I'm saying? Before you get the good vocal mic. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And you use that. You started. I mean, you literally stepped up from the 58, right? That one, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All the way up, and you recorded people, got to a level that got you able to afford the Rode, right? Which got you to the 214, which got you to the 87 and beyond. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just trying to encourage people because it is getting kind of expensive. It
is daunting to hear all. I know that's the thing. Is one thing about having this conversation is that it sounds like I'm telling people, "What you got? That's trash.
Broke
Just
ass
give up."
niggas,
Yeah,
like,
exactly. No, not at all. It was just that the topic was. What's the topic again, C-Mage?
Yeah, what do the highest level mixing engineers have that you don't?
Keyword.
This is, and I'm telling you what it is.
Keyword.
Absolutely, I'm telling you what it is. And again, I am not saying you can't compete, right? At all. I've told many a music class this same thing. I say all the time. If you want to make a song that sound back in the day, I was saying inbox, but whatever if you have a Focusrite, John, if you want to make a song that sounds like a Beyonce level song, only using a Focusrite to record and mix, you will never accomplish that.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to make a song that is as effective,
if you want to make a hit,
absolutely,
you
can still do that. Absolutely, effective is a different class.
Yeah, the whole premise of this was there's a higher level, and I specifically said major label release because. Hits come from everywhere. Like, hits come out of the bedroom. Soulja Boy made hits off of FL. The whole shit was in FL. He was the first nigga I know recording vocals in FL, bro. Like, hits can be made out of. But there is a Soulja Boy record and then a Drake record is very different, bro.
That's
like,
a big difference.
Yeah,
they both bumping.
It's like Metro said, you get hit up. Soulja Boy, hats, you know what I'm saying?
I get hit up to be in the studio with Cheesy.
I do like the way that
you got 24 hours to take that bet.
Is when it comes to exporting tracks. If I were to have to export my tracks to a different DAW, I do like how the ease of that is, opposed to like Pro Tools or something like that. Like, it just takes fucking forever.
Indeed, man. Indeed. All right, so we got 7 minutes left. What we doing, bro?
Yeah,
we got that last topic?
Yeah. Let's get into it then.
Yeah, I just really want to know. First of all, I just saw that screenshot. I was like, yo, what's going on here? Like,
that was an old ass tweet.
It was an old ass tweet.
Soulja, ain't nobody talking about Soulja, so Soulja needs something.
Yeah, he had the box too. But he went crazy, bro. He wished the nigga Happy Mother's Day on Mother's Day, and that shit was bro.
He wished Metro Boomin.
Yeah, his mom.
Oh, no,
yeah.
no, damn.
Yeah, his mom passed. Her boyfriend, his mom's boyfriend, killed her, type shit. And so he was that shit went left as fuck. Well, I'm like, damn, like, bro.
And then 21 got up under that, or what, nigga?
Yeah, 21 will probably beat the fuck out of Soulja Boy too.
21 gonna shoot him.
But anyway, that's not the premise.
This be like, bah. Shot the nigga. Shot the nigga. He took his mask off, saw he was. I was shot him in the back again. So 21 Savage,
you better watch out. You better watch out. But nah, that's the premise to the real question. When did producer versus rapper beat? When did producer versus rapper beat start, bro? We talked about this a little bit earlier, but when did that shit start?
That Drake jump was a shocker, bro. I was like, bro, this ain't never happened before. What's going on?
Yeah, I can't remember.
Not at that level. No.
I can't remember. I know producer versus producer beef for sure. Like that shit be Scott. What was it? Scott Storch and Timbaland and shit. Like that shit be happening, but like.
But they ain't never had no instrumental type shit.
Yeah.
I ain't never
Nobody ever had.
No, because I don't think their relationship ever existed before. Who and then what was the one you mentioned? Master Ace and Knots.
Master Ace and Knots, and that was just because Master Ace was dissing a rapper named Bad Seed, and Bad Seed's diss track towards Master Ace was produced by Knots. Yeah.
What did he say about Knots? What did he say to Knots?
What did he say? He said he was diss Fat Beats too. He was like, "Fuck Fat Beats for doing the wax." And he was like, "Fuck the producer for doing the track." You know what I'm saying? Like,
nigga said, "Fuck the whole establishment." He said, "We going at the whole establishment. Let's tear it down."
I just before Metro Boomin, bro. Metro Boomin going down in history because before Metro Boomin, the producer just like
you just ate that pause.
You just
took
it,
that shit
and go depend on your rapper to go.
You're not no rapper. Like you make beats. Like what can you say?
Bro,
you know what I'm saying?
Your
like,
tone right now is just mad offensive.
You just make beats, nigga.
Man, I can't. I'm gonna pull this one up. But go ahead, y'all got it.
Yeah.
You see, you go. Never mind. Pause.
It was on this. Pause.
Niggas is wilder today, bro. Niggas is wilder.
Is that a big? Is that a buzzing camera lens stop? Where?
I don't know, bro. You're reading the words of a joker, so you shouldn't take it too seriously. Be prepared to move on.
Get out the comments, bro. Get out the comments.
Oh, y'all caught that nigga by his government.
He called me by my
Everybody done hit that nigga with the government. But nah, bro,
I don't
yeah.
even know where this conversation could go. I just want to know, did any of y'all got the history on the
I haven't done my
we
YouTube.
just gotta
I honestly
acknowledge
don't.
The Drake and Metro was the
we gotta
first.
acknowledge that
the highest
It's
level.
like, we just really witnessed history, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
Big facts.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
And Metro might have been the biggest winner of the whole situation.
Oh, he said no.
I mean, J. Cole's the biggest winner, but
J. Cole, you think? I think Metro might be a little ahead of J. Cole.
Quit saying
I
that
think I
shit.
see what he's saying. It's right there on Kid Maestro.
yeah,
Oh, it is.
Damn, what is that?
Damn, is that?
turn the camera off.
Big finger.
Nah,
That's what she said.
that looks like that's something on.
Oh,
That looks like that's
that
something
looks like
on
a piece
the.
of something.
On the actual sensor.
Yeah, it does. Okay. Big shout out Flame, man.
You know what I'm
Point
saying?
that out, bro.
We got a kit for that, so we should be able to take care of that.
Yeah. Big shout out
I'm
Flame.
watching everything.
Hey, Flame, be on the next episode, bro.
Period.
pull up.
Come through.
Come through.
Pull
bro.
up,
Be
just
on this
don't
episode,
check
bro.
me, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Or maybe,
check me
or
on
do
that
check me, yeah.
I'm good with that. As long as it's entertaining and people showing up. let's
Yeah.
Burn your head built
Yeah,
like
please,
a bag of
please
mashed
check me.
Potatoes.
Damn.
Folks got roaches.
You live in Memphis, you got roaches.
Period.
Ain't not one person in Memphis who live.
That
I
ain't
don't give
seen
a fuck
no
where you
roach.
live
I ain't
at. They
lying.
ain't never seen no roach in their
I'm
house.
telling you.
That's a lie. That's cap, man.
I ain't never
must live
seen.
in South Haven.
I ain't never seen the roach in my house. I ain't gonna lie.
That's a lie.
I ain't never seen the roaches. Yeah, they might be there. I ain't never seen them motherfuckers.
Why this man trying to put roaches in everybody?
I'm just saying, nigga. We.
I done been there before.
You got yo. What's the difference between a roach and a water bug?
Water bugs are huge.
Nah, bro. I'm gonna tell you
I don't
this,
know.
bro.
They crunch.
All them niggas crunch, bro. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you the difference, bro. The only difference is it's like That's one of them jumps when people be like, I'm big boned. That don't mean nothing, dog.
You still a roach? You still a roach?
That's just another way to say roach, bro. That's it.
It's just a water bug.
Roach is an ugly word. It's you know what I'm saying? Like,
to it. But the only reason I gotta give credence to the other side is, do roaches die from dehydration? Because the water bugs, they'll like, you just wake up and they'll just be on their back, just like dying.
Like crunched up.
Those are big ass roaches. Those are like the king and queen roaches or something like that. Something like that. I don't know. But there's some big ass roaches. Water bugs have like lines going across their back. It's got like a hard shell almost.
Okay.
Damn, you know, don't.
Yeah, my grandmother had them when I was growing up in Chattanooga. Mm-hmm. She had a few of them that got up in her house, and it was not cool.
That's what's up, man. Nah, ain't no difference between them jumps, dog. That's it, dog. That's like, ain't no difference. That's that big boned jump. That's a big boned roach, bro. Right. You know what I'm saying?
On the last 1 minute, what's up with
bleach blood?
Boned. I never understand. Yo,
is that that's another jump? That's just, I don't know.
Where did that come from, though?
That's some southern shit for sure.
Boned.
That's it.
Is boned a word?
Yeah, it is in the South.
Somebody, no dream, straight vision said, and water bugs fly. So do roaches now.
Yeah, roaches fly. Yeah,
roaches will take flight.
Hey, what?
Roaches that teamed up with
Don't
the
let them be
mosquitoes.
up on the ceiling.
Hey.
Water bugs sound nasty as fuck when you step on. No, big facts.
Yeah, all them just sound nasty, bro. You know what I'm saying? You just more likely to get a louder crunch. But nah, bro, water bugs. Plus, I prefer water bugs even though they bigger because they slower.
Oh yeah.
Roaches be
them motherfucker be quick. Them motherfucker be quick.
The niggas that be outside, they be little and they be zooming,
bro. Like how the fuck you supposed to catch that? You
know
don't,
what I can't
bro.
stand those cicadas. They loud.
Yeah.
They ignorant. They dumb as hell. They just fly and hit shit and then fall on their backs and can't get up. I don't understand.
That sound like people. That's crazy.
Damn.
On that note.
That is the end of Type Beat. Make sure you go get the Unapologetic World app, brought to you by Unapologetic.
That's right.
It is a free app. If you don't have it, go get it today. Niggas sleeping on us, okay? Mm-hmm. This has been a Type Beat podcast brought to you by Unapologetic Producers, and this is our cast.
Man, I ain't got to say much. Big shout out to Outer Space, you know what I'm saying? AKA the place that hosts this place. Big shout out Coffee Black for sponsoring us.
And period.
With coffee on deck every day, all day, you know what I'm saying?
They endorse me.
Everything Kid Maestro said.
Everything I say, they endorse. You know what I mean?
No.
I thought he said endorsed meat.
Big shout out
like,
everybody
wait.
in the chat, man. Came through and dropped some wisdom, some knowledge, some jokes. Flame, I'm not playing, bro. Come through for an episode, man. You chilling right now. You got time. Come through on Saturday.
So you got
Water bug looking ass.
2 o'clock, bro. 2 o'clock. Come through. CST. You know what I'm saying? And let's make it happen, man. I'm for real. Phantom, what up, homie? You know what I'm saying? Anon, what up, homie?
Shout out.
Big shout out to everybody checking us out on Twitter, man. The Twitter crowd is growing, bro. It's kind of crazy right now.
Shout out to X.
Yeah. Damn, are we calling it? Are we calling it X for real?
Yeah.
We really gonna call
It's
it X?
really here, bro. I thought it was gonna go back to Twitter at some point, but it's X.
I can't call that shit X, bro. That shit is Twitter.
It's big boned Twitter.
Come on.
On that note,
Now we know what happened to the bird. They put the X up, the bird down. Then I asked for Jenna's water.
yeah, bro.
Bird, bye.
That's weed, bro. Water, bud. That's hydroponics. Bro.
Hey, and I finna go get some right now.
All right, well, now it's super. With that being said, thank you for watching Type Beat. It's another episode live from outer space, and behind me is my cast.
Yeah, this is leader of the Peanut Gallery. Yeah, ain't none got us one in there. We gonna have to scroll through and find it, but he found us a explanation. He did his Google shit. Okay. Shout out to A9. Appreciate you for that.
Thanks.
I'm a visitor of the Peanut Gallery.
You're the treasurer of the Peanut Dog. Okay.
I'm Kid Maestro.
Thank you for watching Type Beat. I'm gonna catch y'all next time. All right, live from outer space. Be safe, stay dangerous, do both or do neither.
Period.
Bitch, are you jealous?
Oh shit. Here we go again.